All right, everyone, buckle up, because
Wow.
today we are diving headfirst into the world of,
AI.
you got it, AI. Specifically, how this tech is
Yeah.
shaken up, how
Total.
we play video games, no more boring, repetitive
Oh,
NPCs. We're talking dynamic characters that can
exactly.
actually surprise you.
Absolutely.
We've got some awesome examples lined up. Retail Mage,
Oh, I love that one.
Mecha Break, AI Dungeon,
Sure.
and
InZoi.
InZoi, yes. Now,
That'll be good.
before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's set the stage a bit.
Yeah.
What exactly is it about?
Generative AI.
Yes, generative AI. That makes it such a game changer.
Well, think of it this way. In the past,
Right.
game developers had to pre-program every single line of dialogue, every reaction.
Yeah, it was all very rigid.
Super rigid. But generative AI, it's like giving the computer
The brain.
a brain. Well, sort of. It can create new content on the fly.
Yeah.
Imagine dialogue that adapts to your
Wow.
choices.
No kidding.
Stories that unfold in ways you never
That's wild.
expect. It's like
Okay, so less like reading a book, more like,
writing the book together.
I love that analogy.
It's a whole new world, really.
Okay, so let's jump into our first example. Retail Mage. I am fascinated by this one because
yeah, me too.
it takes something we've all experienced in games, talking to shopkeepers,
Yeah,
and flips it on its head.
totally. No more same old welcome to my shop.
Right. In Retail Mage, you're running a magical furniture shop, and
Customers,
the customers, they have their own personalities, their own quirks.
they react to how you treat them.
It's crazy. So
Yeah.
walk me through how this works. How do they make these customers feel so real?
So they're using a mix of things, procedural generation and...
fancy terms.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But basically, the AI is looking at everything you do, the items you're selling,
Uh-huh.
even the weather outside, and then
Wait.
it creates a unique reaction from each customer in real time.
So like if I'm selling a spooky coffin bed on a sunny day,
Right. The customer might be like, a bit morbid for this lovely weather, don't you think?
that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just picking the right dialogue option anymore.
It's about...
It's how you act, what you sell, the whole experience.
Exactly. And get this, the AI remembers your past interactions.
Serious?
So if you were rude to a customer before,
Uh-oh.
they might give you the cold shoulder next time.
Okay, so it's like building an actual relationship
100%.
with these virtual customers.
And that means every playthrough is different. No two are the same.
That is incredible. Okay, so moving on to Mecha Break, this one really stood out to me because,
I see why.
well, I've always wished I could just sit down with an NPC.
Have a chat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get some real advice,
Totally.
And Mecha Break actually,
Makes that happen.
it does. And they're using this super cool tech from
Yeah.
NVIDIA.
The Avatar Cloud Engine?
AC?
Yes, ACE. It's like...
Okay, break this down for me.
So picture this. Super realistic digital avatars that can actually more than just talk. They understand what you're saying,
No way.
and they respond in a way that makes sense.
So it's not just picking from a list of pre-written responses.
Nope. ACE analyzes your questions, whether you're typing or even speaking,
What?
and generates unique responses based on what's happening in the game.
Okay, that's insane. So give me an example. How would this work in Mecha Break?
So let's say you're customizing your mech.
Oh, I love customizing mechs.
Right. And you're like,
Totally stuck.
you can go up to the in-game mechanic and be like, hey, I need some advice. What do I do with this thing?
And she'll actually help you.
She'll look at your current build, the parts you have, and give you specific tips. It's like,
Literally an expert right there with you.
exactly.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, but could an NPC ever...
Lead you astray
Yeah. I mean, could they give you bad advice either on purpose or...
accidentally.
Yeah. Like, wouldn't that be a cool gameplay element?
That's such an interesting question.
Yeah.
And I think developers are still figuring that out. I mean, imagine you're not always sure.
If you can trust the NPC.
Exactly. It adds a whole new layer of
Sense.
and challenge.
Okay, next up we've got AI Dungeon. And this one is for all.
Storytellers?
Yes, the writers, the adventurers out there, if you love open world, choose your own adventure games.
This is going to blow your mind.
AI Dungeon uses generative AI
That'll be a story.
but not just any story.
It's different every time.
So we're talking text-based.
You type your actions and the AI,
Generates the story around it.
yes, descriptions, dialogue, everything.
So I can literally type anything I want
Pretty much.
and it'll just roll with it.
Well, within reason. The AI has its limits. It's trained on a massive amount of text.
Right, of course.
But it's surprisingly good at adapting.
So give me some examples. What kind of worlds could I explore An AI dungeon.
Oh man, anything you can imagine. Classic fantasy,
Okay.
sci-fi, mystery, historical fiction.
Historical fiction with AI. That's cool.
It can even do zombie apocalypses.
No way. So every choice I make, it actually...
Fits the story.
That's insane. But okay, how do they keep it from becoming...
Too random.
Yeah, too random, too nonsensical.
That's the million-dollar question. Developers are always tweaking the algorithms.
Right.
Finding that sweet spot between giving players freedom, keeping the narrative engaging and coherent.
It's like a constant balancing act.
It is, and it's a really exciting area of research.
Okay, last but not least, we have InZoi. And this one, to me, is like the ultimate goal of...
Creating a truly believable virtual world.
Yes, it's a life simulator where you're not just controlling your character, but the NPCs.
They're living their own lives.
They have their own relationships, their own goals.
And they react to everything, even the actions of other NPCs.
It's like a whole society in there.
It is.
So how does Krafton, the company behind InZoi, how do they make this work?
It's all about creating complex systems that mimic real-world interactions. The AI is constantly taking into account personalities,
Right.
relationships, available resources, even environmental conditions.
Wow, that's a lot to juggle.
It is, but the results are incredible. When you play InZoi, you really feel like you're...
Part of this living, breathing world.
Exactly.
So there you have it, folks. No more boring, predictable NPCs.
Nope.
Generative AI is changing the game. Literally. Every interaction feels meaningful. Your choices have...
Real impact.
It's a whole new era of gaming.
And the future is wide open.
It really is.
I mean, imagine NPCs that learn from how you play,
Okay.
adapt their behavior, give you a truly personalized experience,
Wow.
or games that evolve based on what all the players do.
That'd be amazing.
Emergent narratives that no one could have predicted.
That's wild. So what excites you most about the future of it?
AI and gaming.
Yeah. What are you most excited for?
Well, I'll let you think about that, but let me just say, it's going to be incredible is an understatement. It's going to be revolutionary.
I can't wait to see what they come up with next.
Me neither.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Absolutely, it was a blast.
Until next time.
See ya!